The next UFC event takes place really early in the morning, or really late at night depending on how you want to look at it. The first fight on the card kicks off at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 1:30 a.m. Pacific Time, so I know a lot of you probably aren't going to stay up or get up in time to watch this entire fight card. That's why I'm here to tell you about the top 3 fights that I think are worth setting your alarm for at UFC Fight Night 132. Let's start with number 1, the main event of the evening between Donald the Cowboy Cerrone and Leon Rocky Edwards. Donald Cerrone has been must-see TV for over a decade. He is tied 3rd place all-time for UFC post-fight bonuses. He is tied for most wins in UFC history with GSP and Mike Bisping at 20 victories each, and with 18 post-fight bonuses, he is the bonus leader for Zuffa's history when we include the WEC and Strikeforce. He is just as skilled as he is entertaining, and his cowboy gimmick is universally known. While his opponent, Leon Edwards, isn't a household name, he is a guy who will likely find himself near the top of the UFC welterweight rankings someday soon. He is an extremely well-rounded mixed martial artist who has shown finishing ability with his heavy hands and surprisingly formidable grappling skills. He enters this bout on a 5-fight win streak and will without a doubt deserve a highly ranked opponent next if he triumphs over Cerrone. I predict that Cerrone vs. Edwards will be a delightful mix of technique and beautiful violence. Number 2, it's the co-main event of the evening between Ovince St. Preux and Tyson Pedro. St. Preux is a former UFC light heavyweight title challenger who has 5 post-fight bonuses to his name, 2 via submission, Von Preux choke, 2 via KO or TKO, and 1 via fight of the night. He is awkward, he is lanky, and he almost always delivers high levels of entertainment. However, he might be being used as a gatekeeper here. Tyson Pedro, who is 9 years younger than OSP, possesses a mountain of potential. Although he has only competed in mixed martial arts professionally on 8 occasions, he has been training in martial arts for a super long time, which is a stark contrast for how the majority of his fights have gone. All 7 of his victories have come by way of finish in the very first round. He has power in his kicks and in his right hand, but more importantly, his jiu-jitsu and submission game is something that could give a lot of guys at the top of this division a lot of problems. This fight will determine if we get a youthful contender in a division starving for new challengers. And finally, number 3, Li the Leech Jingliang vs. Daichi Abe. Abe is a former Pancrase welterweight champion who has serviceable counter-striking ability, deceptive power, and has finished the majority of his professional victories, but this fight is in my top 3 mostly because of Jingliang. The Leech used to be a smothering control style grappler, but at some point he flipped a switch and became a wild brawler who is willing to eat a punch in order to land a punch. While that is most likely not very good for the longevity of his career, it has made me love watching this man fight. He has been awarded a post-fight bonus in each of his last 3 Octagon appearances. He swings with wild, reckless abandonment when he's moving forward. He has a spicy counter left hook and an explosive right straight. As I mentioned, Jingliang has minimal defense and hits super hard, not to mention he still possesses that high-level grappling game, so a fight between him and an incendiary counter-striker has fight of the night written all over it. A lot of well-known and respected MMA gamblers on Twitter are saying that this fight will not go the distance, so that right there is an indicator that even if you don't wake up to watch this fight live, you'll definitely want to catch the highlights after the fact.